Hi everyone, in the last class we saw the introduction part for the motion in a straight line chapter. In that we saw what are the different types of motion that are possible in this universe. We saw the motion of the planets around the sun, we saw motion of satellites around the earth, motion of moon around the earth, and how the earth revolves around the sun. We also saw the motion of electron around the nucleus, and we saw the motion of water from high level to the low level, and what is the chemical composition of water, and how this electron in hydrogen revolves around the nucleus. We saw all these motions. In this chapter we are concerned about the linear motion. In this chapter we only study the linear motion of the body, or we only study the motion of objects along a straight line, which is known as a rectilinear motion. So in the last class we saw the definition for the rest, and we also saw the definition for motion and how these both rest and motion are related. We also saw that, and we saw the types of motion that are possible. In that we saw what is coordinate system, what is rectangular coordinate system, we saw reference point, we also learned what is frame of reference and what are coordinates, and later we came for one-dimensional motion, two-dimensional motion, three-dimensional motion, and we also learned example for all three-dimension motions. Then we left our class at path length. So I discussed about this scale in the last class. So this scale here, it is the path length scale. So if you consider the particle moving in a straight line, then you can choose the x-axis such that it coincides with the path of the object's motion. The origin here will tell the time at which the particle or object has started its motion. Say for example, the distance covered by a particle at 0 time t is equals to 0 is 0, because x, the value of x at origin is 0. So if the particle moves front, it covers some distance. That distance is given here. So here the scale measures the distance in the unit of meter. So if it goes from position 0 to, say for example, position Q, it covers how much distance? 20, 40, 60 meter distance. So if the particle from the origin moves to the position P, then it covers how much distance? It covers 20, 40, 60, 70. Oh no, this should be 80. This should be 100. So 100 meter distance. Let me redraw this. So this is your positive x-axis, and this will be the negative x-axis. This is origin, 20, 40, 60, 80, minus 20, minus 40, minus 60, minus 80. The scale is in meter. So if the particle is at Q position, then the distance covered by it from the origin is 40 meters. If it is at P position, then the distance covered by it will be 80 meters. So this distance from point O to P, or from O to Q, is known as path length. Path. So what is path length now? The distance traveled by an object in a given time is called path length. Say in this, now let us consider two cases. In the first case, what is the distance covered by a body when it goes from position O to Q? So what is the distance OQ? It is 40 meters. It is plus 40 meters. In the second case, what will happen is a body goes from position O to Q, O to P, then it comes back to the Q. So how much distance it has traveled? So if you see from this, it has gone from O to P, that is 80 meter, plus it is 40 meters extra. So here the distance will be distance or path length is equals to O to P is 80 meter plus 80 meter plus how much distance is from P to Q? It is again 40 meter plus 40 meter. So overall we got 120 meters plus, that is in the positive direction of the axis. So now you can see the object has moved from point O to P, then it came back to the Q. But here we are not considering the direction in which it is moving. We are only considering the magnitude of the object. So here the distance traveled by an object is a scalar quantity. Why it is scalar? Because here we are measuring only the magnitude. We are not concerned about the direction in which the body is moving. So hence the distance is a scalar quantity. So now if this is scalar, then the distance covered by a particle is always positive. Distance covered by a particle is always positive. You can see from the above example, from the above example, the body went all the way from 0 to P, then it came back to the Q. But here we considered this distance as a positive distance. We took here as plus 40 meter, not as minus 40 meter. So whenever you measure a distance, the magnitude of the distance comes in positive. Next is the SI unit of distance is meter. So we learned this in the last sections. The SI unit of distance is meter. The dimensional formula would be just L. So now the concept of distance or path length is clear to you. So now let us understand another physical quantity, that is displacement. So what is displacement then? Is it similar to the word distance? No, it is not same as distance. There is a difference between displacement and distance. So the definition for displacement is the difference between the final and initial positions is called displacement. The difference between initial and final positions is displacement. So in last example, if you remember, the body has moved from point O to P, then it came to the point Q. So the initial position of the body is position O. This is initial position. So it stopped at position Q. Then this position will be the final position. So the difference between initial and final position will give you what displacement. Final position minus initial position. So there in the last example we took x-axis for the measurement of distance. So here also we consider x1 and x2 be the position of an object at time t1 and t2. So x1 and x2 be the position of an object at time t1 and t2. So for example, at time t is equals to t1, our body is at position x1, and at time t is equals to t2, the object is at position x2. Now the displacement is denoted by delta x. So now what is delta x? From the above formula which I have given, displacement is initial position minus final position minus initial position. So now I can write my final position here is x2 minus x1. So delta x is equals to x2 minus x1 would give the displacement of the body. So what will happen if x2 is greater than x1? The value of delta x will be positive. If the x1 is greater than x2, then value of delta x will be negative. So for the same object you will get different displacement. So displacement is directional dependent, hence the displacement is vector quantity. Displacement is vector quantity. Second point would be the displacement of a particle can be 0, negative or positive. Displacement of a particle can be 0, positive, negative. So it can have 0, negative or positive values. So now the displacement sometimes the magnitude of the displacement sometimes may be equal to the magnitude of the distance, but always the displacement cannot be equals to the distance. That is, the magnitude of displacement may or may not be equal to the distance traveled by an object. So now what is the SI unit of displacement? It is again the same. SI unit is meter. So dimensional formula is L. Now understood what is distance and what is displacement. This is a scalar quantity, this is a vector quantity. So now, for example, if I throw a ball upside, what will happen? It will go to the certain height and then it comes back to its original position. Say the distance traveled by this is x. So from here to here the value is x meters. So what will be the distance of an object? It will be simply the addition of both the value. So it will be x plus x, it will be 2x. If you see displacement for this object when it is thrown upward, if it comes to the for initial position, then what will be the displacement? Displacement will be 0. Why? Because the initial and final positions are coinciding. So if you minus, displacement is what? Final position minus initial position. So the final and initial position of this object is same, hence the displacement is 0. Say another example, the body is moving in a circular path. If body moves in circular path, let this be the radius r. Let A be the object. If this moves in a circular path, what will be the distance? Distance will be 2 pi. If you check for the displacement, it will be again 0 because the body went all the way from here and it came back to the initial position. So since initial and final positions are coinciding, the displacement here is 0. So let us consider another example. Another example is, say for example, you have the road like this. If an object A moves from position x to y in this road, then what will be the displacement? If this is again a meter distance, and if this is b meter distance, then this distance will be just the sum of a meters plus b meters, that is a plus b meters. Now if you see the displacement will also be the shortest distance travelled between the 2 points. So the shortest distance between this x and y point will be this. So the distance here will be y final minus final position minus x position. So if you solve this triangle equation, then you will get the displacement. Another example, if the body is in zigzag motion, then the distance will be, all distance from A to B will be equals to length covered by the object all the way from moving to A to B. If you see for the displacement will be shortest distance between the 2 points, that is A and B. This shortest distance will give you displacement, and the distance or path that is traced by the object will give you the distance. This is displacement. Shortest distance is displacement. Now let me draw the scale again. 0 position. Let me take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 along x-axis, positive x-axis, and -1, -2, -3, so on to minus x-axis. This is in meters. So if a particle from position O to position A, if it moves, then displacement will be 3 meters and distance is again 3 meters. So now what I will do is I'll make an object to travel for a position B, then I'll make it to come back to the position A. So the body moves from O to it moves B, then from B to A it moves. So the displacement will be equal to final position. So first it travels 5 meter, then minus it comes back in the backward direction minus 2 meters. So the displacement will be 3 meters. If you check for distance will be 5 meters plus 2 meters.